Hi everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters. Well, as you can see, I have quite a few models built up in front of me right here. I get probably one of my most common questions on YouTube is to do a video showing everything in my collection all at once. So what I thought I would do today is show you all of my collection that I have built up that I still actually have. And the reason I say that is I sell quite a few of my model kits. In fact, I'd say about 90% of them are for sale at all time. A few of them I keep just for nostalgia and that are kits that I really want to hold on to. But everything else I sell, and that's mainly because of the amount of space I have in the store right here. My display cases back here are filled to the brim half the time. So I thought before I sell off any more stuff, I would do a quick video, show you guys everything that I still have on there, and walk you through and tell you what each one of the kits are. So let's get started on it. This is Tamiya's 35th scale Panzer IV chassis Broom Bear. This is Tamiya Models Panzer III In, done up in North African markings. This is one that actually didn't have a video made of it because I actually built it before I was doing YouTube videos. And this is Tamiya Models Tehran 5, which is a T-55 chassis converted over by the Israelis. And this was the first time I used that mixture of Tamiya paint for the color of Israeli armor and really liked it a lot. This is Dragon Models 35th scale M752. This right here is Tamiya Models 35th scale M40 self-propelled gun. This is the Academy Models Swedish tank, the CV90. This is Academy's Models 35th scale T-3485 with bed spring armor on it. And the Russians put bed spring armor on it at the very end of the war in thoughts that it would help defeat any of the German handheld anti-tank weapons like the Panzerfaust or Panzerschreck. This is Academy Models main battle tank, the K1. And this monster right here is the 1/16 scale Jagdpanther. This is their kit that was once a RC kit that they've converted just to a static model, and not too static too because it actually still rolls and everything. Tracks and all of that stuff is absolutely incredible. If you haven't seen the video, I'd highly recommend watching it to see how all these parts go together. Full suspension works on everything. Just a very cool kit. Here's yet another beast. This is Tamiya Models' new 16th scale M1A2 Abrams tank. Just like the last vehicle you just saw, full suspension on this. The turret is all ball bearings inside. And once again, it was designed for their RC kits, but they decided to come out with a static model first thing. Here's a little shot of the other side. Tracks, the most incredible set of tracks I've ever seen on a model kit. Completely assembled and ready to go. This is Tamiya's 1/35th scale Valentine Mark IV. Shares quite a few of the parts that the last Archer kit also came out as. This is Dragon Models 35th scale Panzer IV H with Zimmerit on it. This was another vehicle that got built just before YouTube, but I've held on to this one right here for a while. And this is Academy Models 35th scale T-3476 converted into a German vehicle where they changed the cupola and added the stowage bins on the back. This one right here is Academy Models M36 Jackson. And you might also notice too there's varying degrees of weathering on each vehicle, and that's mainly because as through the years we've done different experiments putting on different types of powders and things like that on. That's why each one, some are cleaner than others. This is Academy Models 35th scale M1151, done up in desert markings. And this one right here is Tamiya Models Jagdpanzer IV L70, and we were testing out the new Vallejo mud at the time, so the mud actually glues it to the base, so it's not coming off now. Did kind of like a little bit of an ambush scene on it. This is a what-if tank. This is a Panther Sherman hybrid. And this was done up by a friend of mine that I painted for him. This was supposed to represent what would have happened in, in fantasy, that if the war went on with Russia for a while and we took over some of the Panther factories and just started converting some of our Shermans and Panthers and putting them together. So you've got a Panther running gear on it, Panther track, Panther gun, and then parts of it are Sherman. So it's all kinds of stuff just put together on this one. This is Dragon Models 1/35th scale Magach 3 with ERA. It's a M48 chassis vehicle that the Israelis converted. This is Dragon Models 1/35th scale Hetzer based 7.5 centimeter short gunned. This is Tamiya Models 35th scale Matilda Mark III. This is Trumpeter Models Monster 35th scale E100. This one right here is Academy Models 1/35th scale Lee. And the antenna got bent because it's been inside of a display case. But if we were to take it out, we would put a new straight antenna on it. And this beast right here is TACOM Models 1/35th scale Mouse, or Moz. This is the Academy Models 1/35th scale Stuart. And this is Tamiya Models 1/35th scale Sturmtiger that we actually went ahead and put the Zimmered on by hand ourselves using epoxy putty. And this is how I display TACOM's 1/35th scale King Tiger with Zimmerit. It has a full interior on it, so I wanted to display it in a way that rather than just sealing everything up. Now TACOM also has a 35th scale Panther coming out like this that I plan on doing a series of videos on as well. This first kit is the Mercedes AMG GT3 by Tamiya in 1/24 scale. This is Tamiya's 1/35th scale Archer. This model right here is an unusual one. This is the Takom Models P1000 Rat. And it's in 144 scale, and this is the 144 scale mouse right next to it. This was supposed to, in theory, have a giant turret off of a heavy cruiser. This is another monster from Trumpeter. This was the E100 Sturmgeschütz type vehicle that they came out with. Once again, totally fictional, but I built it up because I thought it was just a cool looking model. This vehicle is not fictional. This is the Monster T95. And, it's actually got 4 sets of tracks on this vehicle. The American Army made, under the other variant on it, only made 2 chassis of this one. This one was supposed to have a monster, I believe, 155mm gun on it. And the side sponsons of tracks would be able to come off. They could tow behind it so they could get across bridges. And keeping with sci-fi again, this was the AT-AT model from Bandai in 144 scale. And many people commented about not seeing another footprint. There is another footprint back here. It's not super noticeable, but there is the imprint of the other foot on this one right here. And this is another one of the What If tanks. Same thing, Panther Sherman hybrid, although this one has the EZ8 suspension from the Sherman with a Panther gun and quite a bit of extra up armor on it. This is Academy Models 1/35 scale M10. This is Polar Light's USS Enterprise NCC 1701. This was actually a snap-together kit with a ton of decals on it. In fact, I used probably about a half a bottle of Microsol back then putting this on. And yet this is another one of the models I built before YouTube that I've held on to for many years now. And this is Dragon's 1/35 scale Plots line of the Panzer IV-D. This is their more simplified kits that they've come out with far fewer parts than their original older ones. This is Tamiya's Israeli M1 Super Sherman that I converted back to the World War II variant. And this is Dragon Models SDKFC 253 munition schlepper. And it also comes with the little cart in the back as well. And this is Tamiya Models, formerly an artillery kit of their Crusader 35th scale. It's a little too big to fit on the swivel base, so I'll just pick it up and flip it around for you. And this is Tamiya Models 1/48 scale M1A2. That we just put onto a simple base there. This is Tamiya Models Stug 3B. Very nice kit. Didn't do too much weathering on this one because this one was going to go on the rail cars. And this is Bandai's 144 scale Millennium Falcon. I thought they did a really nice job on that model, and really looking forward to the 72nd scale one that'll be out very soon. And this is Trumpeter Models 1/35 scale Gorilla 30. Another what-if vehicle that they had planned based on that giant chassis that you saw like on the E100. Watching as always, and I hope you enjoyed this video in 4K. Please stay tuned because we have many more videos coming.